this subcommittee. The gentleman from Texas, Mr. Green, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Witnesses, I thank you and I compliment you for being truthful and forthright. This hearing today has taken us back 35 years, thereabout, maybe a little bit more, to the Algiers Accords. And I think it was appropriate that we do this. But I also think it appropriate for us to go back to the inauguration of President Obama, because it was around that time that persons met and concluded, in fact, pledged that they would do everything that they could to stop the president. That's what Politico reported, stop the president. But I have in my hands what I'd like to place in the record, an article styled, "The Republicans' Plan for New President." And this article addresses the notion that on the night of Obama's inauguration, a group of top GOP luminaries, as was indicated by another member, quietly gathered in a Washington steakhouse. They were there to lick their wounds. But ultimately, they created this plan on how to deal with the incoming administration. This is a furtherance of the plan. And for those who are curious as to persons in attendance, without going through all of the luminaries, I think it appropriate to say that the current Speaker of the House was in the House. I think it fair to say, as reported in this article, and by the way, there are other reports. CNN has reported on this. It's been reported widely. But it's fair to say that the current majority leader had a leadership role. He was there too. So with this kind of pledge made to each other, it just seems appropriate that the style of this hearing would be, we kept our word, and we are keeping our word. And anything that this president brings up, we will oppose it. And that has been the record. The record is replete with specific examples of how they have opposed everything this president has brought forth. But I'll be very candid with you. I did not believe that it would get to this point. There are families, I have two, who have relatives who are being held hostage. Can you imagine what these families have to conclude when they hear people saying that somehow returning money to people that belong to them and seeing our people come home, that there's something inappropriate about this? These families are suffering. I meet with them regularly. I know their pain. They want their loved ones to come home. We ought to be proud of the fact that we didn't give a ransom and we did bring them home. This was the money that belonged to the Iranians. There was a prisoner swap. We have Americans who were brought home. My God, can we not credit the president with something? He's made a difference in the lives of these people. But this is not about this specific transaction. It's really about a deal that was cut on the night of the inauguration thereabout to do everything to disenfranchise this president. Who would have thought that members of Congress would say that the president wasn't born in the United States of America? The president of the United States of America, not born, not an American. It has continued, it has been consistent, and they have been persistent. But we have to stand by truth. Remember, William Cullen Bryant, truth crushed to earth shall rise again. Remember Carlyle, no lie can live forever. Remember Martin King, The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. History will not be kind to these who would do what they are doing to this president, pursuant to a deal that was made. You're keeping your word. I yield back.
The gentleman yields back. The chair now recognizes